On this episode of the Tiny Home Adventure, Kicker meets his younger half-brother, Grit. We try some spearfishing for the first time before heading 50 miles offshore to Catalina Island for Grit's first adventure and more spearfishing. Ashley fends off some hungry sea lions. We spend a night camping on Catalina before heading back into town to get some new tires for the MUSEROAMER.
They see me rolling, they hate it.
And get her prepped for the Mexican border.
Ah, funny bone. Oh, that hurt. So we're doing it. We're crossing the border today. We're so psyched.
After 2 years of building the expedition vehicle of our dreams from the ground up, the time has finally come to hit the road. Watch as Kicker, Ashley, and I push ourselves to our physical and emotional limits, put our relationship to the test, and overcome unforeseen obstacles. Our goal is to spread positivity while learning from some of the world's most inspiring people. Welcome to Season 3 of the Tiny Home Adventure.
So we're at my buddy Dustin's place. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you, man. All around good dude. And he's gonna teach us how to spearfish. He's all about, tell us, what's your story, man?
Grew up in Washington State and just love the outdoors, and my pops is from Hawaii. And he grew up feeding himself by spearfishing, and so he kind of passed that on to me, and
nice.
Now I like to pass it on to my friends.
Pass it on to me. Dude, I'm so excited. So we ordered a bunch of gear. It was sort of my birthday present to myself, so we're going to unwrap some gear and maybe get out for a little session, a little 101 shore break fishing session. I don't even know what to call it. So it's a totally new horizon for me.
It's going to be fun.
Super excited.
It's going to be sick.
Thanks, dude. Let's do it. Dustin just got a puppy from Red Canyon Retrievers, the same breeders that gave us Kicker. So this is Grit. Hey, Grit. So this is Grit's little face. It's adorable. And then this is Kicker's little face. Oh no, that's his butt.
Wrong
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Here he is.
Easy, go boys.
Birthday
Go
boy.
boys. And it is Kicker's birthday today. Woohoo!
Happy
Birthday party.
Liam and I both ordered spearfishing setups. Spearfishing gear consists of mask, snorkel, knife, fins, weight belt, wetsuit, and of course a spear gun or Hawaiian sling.
Just gonna thread straight through.
Okay.
Just so much frail here.
Dustin showed me how to load the gun, and then we got our wetsuits on before hitting the water.
So Dustin rallied a whole crew of us. Should be pretty interesting. Got all the gear. Have no idea what I'm doing. Nice. What do you think, Liam?
Psyched.
I'm sweaty at the moment.
So all the guys are getting ready to go spearfishing, and I'm not spearfishing, so I've got my new goggles set up here. Looks pretty sick. Andrew forgot the most important part of spearfishing, and that is the mask, so you can see.
I'm sweating to death. I need to get in the water. I'm going.
He's sending it. All right, let's go.
2 hours later.
How'd it go, Ashley?
It did not go well for me. I went out in the water with the GoPro, and my mask kept fogging up because I didn't defog it before we went out. And a giant wave crashed on my head and ripped the snorkel off my mask just as I was about to get through the waves into the mellow stuff. And yeah, my snorkel kit was good for the whole 5 minutes that I had it to use it, and now it's gone. So
Nice.
that's my day today.
Saw a bunch of fish. I didn't catch anything, but
Although I'm trying to play it off cool right here, in all honesty, that first session was a complete struggle. The next morning, we headed over to Dustin's parents' house and loaded up their boat with camping and spearfishing gear. The plan is to take the small boat 50 miles to Catalina Island to do some spearfishing and camp on the shores for a night. We got the boat in the water, and Grit was exceptionally helpful.
okay. Do you want to jump in and not crush Grit?
This was Grit's first big adventure, and I am so psyched that we get to be a part of it.
Hell no.
Great white.
Great white.
How big?
Like, I think it was like 14-foot great white. That was on this patty. Insane. But, are we on?
Yeah, Captain Dusty,
All right.
tell me.
So we're leaving Oceanside Harbor right now. We probably got about a 2.5-hour journey, around 50 miles, to our little zone we're gonna try to occupy. Looking like we're just gonna be roaming in cloudy weather, which is fine. But not much wind out, minimal swell, so it should be pretty mellow.
I love boats, so Kicker and I are ready for the ride.
Yeah, Kicker. You ready, buddy? What about Grit?
I'm ready
to sleep. It's like,
Lay's gonna wake up like, yeah, let me at him.
Yeah, he's gonna go nuts.
I decided to hunker down with the dogs to keep Grit warm. Doesn't get much better than puppy snuggles in my opinion. Look at that face. As we were cruising to the island, we spotted a few whales.
Seeing this whale already made this whole trip worth it for me.
Where'd my new friend go? Right as we got to Catalina, the clouds broke for a bit, illuminating the magnificent rock walls. We continued to make way towards the spot where we would be spearfishing.
We made it out to the zone. That was so rad.
So freaking cool. We saw whales.
Saw whales. We're out at Catalina. The water seems pretty clear, so we're gonna go dive and try and catch some fish.
We're gonna be mermaids in kelp.
I'm a merman, Dad, but look at, we'll get some better shots.
Whoa, this is gonna be cool.
We're doing it. Unfortunately, the sun just went away, but the kelp forest still looks beautiful below us. I'd be lying if I told you I was totally confident in what's about to happen. It was just scary down there. It's the great unknown. You're like, I'm not a great swimmer, so I'm kind of out of my element. There's gonna be some big fish, some predators. We've got Dustin in a man bun.
It's not a man bun.
These fancy dive suits.
These spearfishing wetsuits are typically two-piece wetsuit made of closed-cell neoprene. They're really hard to put on and kind of fragile, but they keep you extra warm.
Kicker, get away from that. You've got
It's a beautiful underwater world. It's probably, this is about 40.
Really?
I could see the bottom.
All right, good to go. See
Good.
the water.
You want me to count you down?
Sure.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, stay.
I tried following Dustin for a few dives, but I was having a really hard time clearing my ears, to the point where I thought that maybe I had some issues physiologically that would prohibit me from being able to free dive more than 10 feet. I kept with it though, and eventually it just unlocked. I was so happy to be able to dive deeper and deeper. It got to the point where I could go so deep that the GoPro would turn off due to the water pressure. Here's a fun fact. I have not caught a fish in over 10 years, and I've never been hunting or really killed anything in my entire life. Watching Dustin hunt was really cool. He was able to lay down on the bottom or on a rock and wait for fish to come to him. I'm really hoping I get that good someday.
While the boys went fishing in the water, I was hanging out with the dogs in the boat. I heard a weird noise and I was shocked to find a sea lion trying to eat our fish. I freaked out because I didn't want to bring the fish into the boat and have the sea lion jump in as well, so I called the boys for help.
I heard Ashley calling for help and eventually saw the sea lion. It was super cool swimming with this guy, but also a bit unnerving. I ended up just telling Ashley to throw the fish in the boat. After a long crossing and lots of time spent in the water, we made our way to camp on the other side of the island. We made dinner over the fire, which consisted of onions, garlic, yams, and fresh fish that Dustin caught. After a long day, we set in.
You ready, dude? Your first ferry crossing? Short boat?
Man.
You ready for it?
Oh man,
You up for the challenge?
One of the key elements to raising an adventure dog is to introduce them to new things often and early while keeping them happy, warm, and most importantly, safe.
Don't drink that. Spin you around.
Dustin brought the boat closer to shore and we shuttled gear. That morning we headed back into town to get things in order for crossing into Mexico.
So, we are at 4 Wheel Parts getting some new tires thrown on the Roamer. We were able to trade some photos. We'll get all new tires before our trip to Baja. So we need to pull the spare down, get all 5 new tires mounted up, and get ready for the road to Baja.
It's happening. So it's taken a lot longer than we thought it would. We were supposed to cross the border a few days ago.
Like a week ago.
Yeah, and like my calculations were correct. We were going to get caught up doing other things just because Andrew's been editing. And
Catalina was sick though. It was so worth going to Catalina.
Yeah, Catalina was really cool.
Huge checklist that just keeps growing. It's like we check one thing off, 2 more things pop up, but we'll get there. We're doing it. Yeah. So, should be a fun day. Our spare tire is up there. It's like 200 something pounds. If you watch some of the build episodes, we had to build a custom, basically, crane arm to lower this down. It's gonna be my first time using it, putting it to the test.
We're gonna test it on me first. We're gonna lower me from the roof.
I'm gonna have Ashley catch it, mainly on the face here, and that should work out good. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the crane. It sits in this bracket right here, just like so. Yep. So it just sits in there. This thing drops in. And these are just to hold it in place. Not perfect. Doesn't really matter. This is just to manipulate the whole system. That. Don't stand under this. I'm gonna swing this out here. You just lower it down like so. Don't stand underneath it. So stay there.
They see me rolling, they hate it.
Alright, you're the whitest person ever.
The speed one's really throwing me up.
The tires got mounted up, and now it's time to put the spare back on the roof. I drop the tire back into place, the crane gets put away, and everything gets ratcheted strapped down, and we're ready to go.
All right, so we're hanging out here in Southern California by our friend Dustin's house, and trying to cross over to Mexico tomorrow. We had so much to get done. Yesterday we got new tires on, oil change, still have a bunch of stuff to get done. I want to repaint the boxes because they're kind of getting rusty, so I'm gonna pull everything out, repaint everything, just get everything locked in for the next 3 to 6 months. We haven't quite decided how long we're gonna stay in Mexico. Kind of depends on what's going on up here, what the ski season's doing, how awesome or not awesome Mexico is, but we're excited. We're a little nervous about crossing the border. We're nervous about COVID. We're nervous about cartel stuff, but we're gonna do our best practices and make it happen. Kicker's gonna hang out like a little handsome dog. Go, man. All right, so this is everything from our underbelly and back boxes. I'm gonna spend the afternoon cleaning and repainting these. They're getting some rust in some spots. Easier. Oh, funny bone. Oh, that hurt. Ow. Oh.
We painted the boxes and left everything to dry for the night before repacking and heading to Mexico in the morning.
So we're doing it. We're crossing the border today. We're so psyched. Can't believe it. I am really nervous. This has been a huge build-up. Hopefully they let us across. Definitely been a lot of work to get here. Total dream come true. And wish us luck today.
It's finally happening and I can't believe it.
Hey, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in. That episode was an absolute blast. We're kind of flustered right now. We've just been going non-stop for as long as I can remember. We're kind of just spinning our wheels right now, trying to keep up with the footage, trying to keep up with weekly episodes. We're doing our absolute best here, and it's something I've been thinking about for a really long time now, and I think the time has come to try and hire an editor to be able to keep up with the amount that we're filming and the amount of footage that we have, and to be able to produce weekly series. It's just not really possible right now. There just aren't enough hours in the day. So big thank you to all of our Patreons who made this part of the trip possible. If you are enjoying this content, consider joining us on Patreon so we can make that dream a reality. Come be a part of that vision, so we can create fun, inspiring, positive content. And yeah, we offer a lot of really cool benefits to our Patreons, so that would be amazing. Just an idea if you're interested. If not, no worries. Another great way to help support this platform is just by sharing. Share this content with more people. The more views we get, the more that this becomes a sustainable thing where you don't even have to be part of the Patreon. So either share, like, do all that good stuff. We just appreciate your support. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here. And yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what your favorite part of this episode was.
And my favorite part of this episode was the sea lion or seal that was in Catalina with us. It was so crazy. Yeah, it was his favorite too. It was so crazy looking down and seeing it looking up at me. I've never made eye contact with a sea lion before, and I was so worried it was gonna hop in the boat.
Yeah, I'm out there swimming around, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness. I'm out there, 100 yards from the boat, and I hear Ashley yelling for help, so I like book it back to the boat, and she's hollering, having this ordeal with this sea lion. I just pull the fish into the boat.
Well, there's a puppy in the boat. I didn't want Grit to get eaten by a sea lion.
I think Grit's so tough, he'd fend that puppy off. Yeah, my favorite part was meeting Grit. It was cool. Grit's from the same breeders as Kicker, and there might be some new things in the works. We'll just have to tell you a little bit more about that in the next episode. So thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you on the next episode. Kicker, why don't you give them a kiss? Hey,
give them a kiss.
Kicker, what's this? Oh, guys. Kicker really wants to say how appreciative he is of all of you for following along, being a part of this incredible journey. And like I've said it a million times, without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you. We love you. And look forward to bringing you to Mexico with us. Woo-hoo. All right. She's getting it now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're a good boy.